Okay.
Surrogate father.
Just wanna see
As long as you
if-
don't work for the NSA, we're okay.
Yeah.
So we're for Univision
Okay.
for the last 23 years.
Yeah.
Started with them, like I said, it was back in 1989.
Univision. Okay, they are on national TV.
Univision National News.
National
It's a national syndicated show
Yeah.
that is programmed and produced out of Miami, Florida.
In many states, right?
Yeah.
Syndicated everywhere.
It's syndicated to a good part of United States.
So most of what you produce is in Spanish.
It's all in Spanish, always in Spanish. Our
Always in
viewership is Spanish speakers. The most of our viewership is in the United States, and the other part is Mexico. We do reach Mexico, the Caribbean. They see us in Venezuela. They also see us. Been known to see us in Canada.
So your name is not Spanish, is it?
My name.
Roque?
Well, it's
Is
Rogue in French. In Spanish is Roque.
Roque? Oh, Roque. Okay, got it.
So the rock, the rock piece of the chess family. However, I
From what background are you?
my parents are both Mexican. My father is from Mexico City. My mother was born in Laredo, Texas,
Yeah.
but raised in Mexico City from the age of 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah, and they migrated to the States in 1959.
But you don't look Mexican.
I don't look Mexican.
No.
No, that's amazing.
A lot of people tell you that.
All the time. I hear it all the time. I hear it from Middle Eastern folks, and just about everything but Mexican.
Yeah. You might look maybe a little bit European, don't you?
I wouldn't kid you not. I've been told that, not by just Europeans, but others, North Africans.
Yeah. They
So-
say you look more like North African.
Yeah, at times I think I said I could possibly be that international terrorist for Hollywood, because
For Hollywood?
Yes, because
As
I
a
could
character?
I could fit all these different
Did you
stereotypes.
Did you ever apply?
No, I never thought about it. I thought I'd make a living, but I just insisted on my, my cause, and
Yeah.
that was my cause was journalism
Yeah.
for the underrepresented.
But
in this country.
you might have a little bit of French in your blood, right?
I wouldn't say not. Maybe more Spanish,
More Spanish. Okay.
but that's only because we were conquered by Spain.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was too many. There was French. What's
Did
to
you ever
say?
visit Spain?
I've been everywhere but Spain.
Wow,
That's the
my
next
goodness!
place.
Isn't that something?
That's the next place.
That's the next place you would like, so
I
you
would
see
like.
your ancestors and everything.
Well, yeah. Why
Kind
not?
of.
Well, I think I would say yes. To keep it simple, yes. I would like to visit Spain and see what's to be found there. I mean,
Actually, you look a lot better in broad daylight than when I met you that night.
I'll take that as a compliment.
No, because in
Yeah,
the
at
dark
nighttime,
there,
yeah, I think
in
I
the
could
dark,
trade, yeah.
I couldn't really see your
Creepy,
face.
yeah, long bearded.
It was not really you. Now it's more like you, huh?
Well, maybe it's the sun rays, but no, of course.
Yeah.
It's timing's everything,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Sometimes we look different in the different lighting.
yeah, in the moments, time of the day, it's
Yeah.
quantus. It's how we reflect, project our.
So the reason you get off early is because you work with East Coast.
Okay, the East Coast is our deadline. And,
The East Coast is your deadline.
We work here in San Francisco, producing stories related or interesting for the national viewer.
Okay.
Our coverage is it's a half-hour show, and our coverage here includes everything north of San Francisco to Canada,
Okay.
and south of San Francisco to Argentina.
Oh wow.
I have
So you
covered
do
stories.
reach the South American market?
Yeah, our motto is with story we'll travel. So if we have a story in the Marshall Islands over Castaway, we will be there.
Okay.
And we came pretty close to flying to the Marshall Islands in February for a
So they
gentleman.
do send you places.
At times we do.
Okay.
One particular place was I was on a raffle to go to the World Cup in France in
Really?
1998. I
Wow.
was selected. Yeah, it was a big wow. I was assigned to the city of Nantes in Bordeaux, and I spent the first three and a half weeks there. And then I came
And you
to
picked
Paris.
up a little bit of the language.
Well, I prepared as much as I can, and you know, after a while of getting beaten over the head by Parisians and other French nationals, it started to settle in.
Yeah.
But it was short-lived because a month after that, I was back to the United States, and it just evaporated.
Yeah.
I guess it's there in films because I'm a big fan of French cinema,
Oh wow.
and I actually am very fascinated with most of Europe, but I by far
International Film Festival coming up
yes, it starts tomorrow night.
tomorrow. Yeah. There's
Tomorrow
a
night,
big
the big
party
opening.
at the Palomino.
Yep, hoping to take in some of those international films. So I'm being hopeful.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I hope there'll be a couple good ones. Usually there's 80 films, but you know the top two are those you're looking for in the French category, I guess.
Well, you know, it doesn't take an San Francisco International film to watch good French cinema. I do what I can when I can, and I think as a native of this country,
At the Clay, sometimes there's a lot of.
yeah.
The Clay usually features.
Magnificent piece of clay, anything of the landmark, even the Embarcadero here has a theater with it.
A lot of French films.
Well, international films.
Yeah, and
I think I free associate myself with the international community as frequently and integrate myself as often as I can. I feel it's important in this time and day to be integrated.
so for your company, you don't actually tape the Spanish event like Cesar Chavez Day or the festival on Mission. You tape those or you don't? Do you tape the local Spanish events?
Anything that suits the criteria of a national newscast.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I wouldn't say no.
So
but
the
it really-
Carnival, for example, is considered.
the Carnival in Mission Street. Mission
Yeah,
District?
yeah. It lasts like half a day in the morning.
Right, not particular. Our focus lately has changed a bit. I think we're after more hard news.
Oh,
In fact, give me just a second. I want to verify that I'm not getting
a news.
a news bulletin, which I'm not. So I'm okay because this is my device and it
Yeah,
connects
yeah.
me to the home office at all 24/7.
Wow.
We'll have devised new terms, and it's used to identify different ethnic groups. In particular,
something happening, let's say in Mexico, interest also Argentina or America.
a certain percentage, because by far a good part of the viewership is of Mexican descent, and that's because geographically it's convenient. You know, Argentina, you do have a representation here, and Chile and other parts of South America, but the numbers are not as significant as Mexicans.
Got it.
By far. And I'm generalizing, okay? Don't quote me. But statistically, I could tell you firsthand that most of the stories we do are many times are Mexican based.
I see.
Though, I mean, we'll interview people. When I say Mexican based, the accessibility many times on the ratio are generally Spanish speakers from Mexico.
Do you cover political news like immigration and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we call
That's
bread and butter.
the bread and butter thing.
Right.
So
Immigration.
there's a few protests here at Montgomery sometimes for immigration.
Yeah, there's the big deal with immigration is the Dreamers, children of immigrant parents who were born in the United States have been denied citizenship
yeah.
to stay, so they've been deported, and
That's a big thing.
That's a very big issue right now for our viewership. So anything that's related to dreamers, immigration, and status of changing the status of undocumented
Separating
people,
children from their parents.
that too.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, the biggest heated debate right now is where they're going to stop the deportations first off,
Okay.
and then decide what they're going to do with the 12 million plus
Illegals.
immigrants. Yeah. Well, illegals is not politically correct to use these days.
People who
It
have
is-
like a fake ID. No.
Right. I think there's over the period of time we don't use illegal anymore.
Okay.
We use undocumented.
Undocumented. Okay.
Though the practice is by far can be identified as illegal,
Oh, I see.
but undocumented is the proper term.
Undocumented, because there's a huge undocumented in the mission, right?
Right.
Right, and that's
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. When you ask me that question, are you saying that the majority of undocumented may live in?
no. I didn't say that. I just said there's in our city there are a lot of them, and they just here as long as they don't do anything bad, they're accepted.
Right, because they serve a purpose. It's a very delicate issue. It's a discussion that requires sensitivity and the circle of people you hold.
If they hold a purpose for the city economic viability, then they can stay.
Well, I think they've always served an economic.
I mean, they work in the hospitals. They work in the,
Well,
in
let's
many
say-
industry that they are needed, right?
Right. I think the demand and supply,
Is what dictates.
Yeah, it's the thrust behind it. It's supply and demand of labor, and it's been practiced here since the first
beginning of time.
Well, beginning of time in this particular continent, since the first arrival of settlers, I think. But without glorifying the past, I think specifically, yes, to answer your question, undocumented people serve a purpose in our community.
Yeah.
They
are
better for worse.
wanted. They are wanted.
In that aspect, and they are absolutely needed.
They are needed.
But
But for that purpose, they should change the laws then.
well, they are trying to accommodate. I don't know if the interest is so much in the 12 million plus individuals. I think there's definitely an incentive here for business who receive services
Okay.
from these people. Because it's a very complex issue for everyone to discuss or to decide what's the purpose of legalizing undocumented workers. I think it benefits everybody, especially by far it benefits those undocumented,
Okay.
because it gives them a chance to live from underneath the shadow of their society. they would.
So it's good to push for some kind of reform or.
I think it would be well received, especially for these families who are in dire needs of deciding what their status, because they don't have a regular life.
So your TV station is called what? Univision.
Univision.
Univision. You interview these kind of families.
We interview. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We interview them.
They show their case and why they.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We go to their homes. We go to their workplaces. We go wherever they may be.
Yeah.
And
Do you send a report to the immigration department?
no, we don't work that way.
No. How are they gonna know?
Well, what do you mean?
The people, let's say in Washington D.C., they should know these things. No.
Well, I'm losing you in your.
No. I
question.
mean, you want to inform the government of what they should do, right? So don't you let them know of particular cases?
Well, we
and
don't
stuff?
inform the government. The government releases information that basically tells what measures are being taken, what laws are being implemented or being taken away, what
Okay.
rights are being taken away,
Okay.
and how that may affect the immigrant community of this country, the undocumented immigrant
But
particularly.
to change things, we need to do more, right?
Sorry?
to change the current laws, we need to do what?
Well, I think informing people about the importance of certain laws and promoting or announcing or disseminating information about certain laws, or those who are fighting in behalf of these 12 million plus undocumented people, or just people who are Samaritans for civil rights, human rights.
Yeah.
Well, so many times
you send them some reports.
Precisely, a study, anything related to a change of status for immigration.
Okay.
Which will affect the government and so far. It could even be the government. It depends.
So your job is more than a job. It's also a mission. It's like you have like some motivation to do what you do to help these people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think I believe in human rights first off, and civil liberties that I think everybody in this world should be entitled to have. And I think it's important for the average person, or many times the common person, to be informed of these changes, or promoting changes in favor of a society that's more egalitarian.
So where is it moving nowadays? Like now, 2014, is it moving towards what you want, or is it hard?
As my
change?
career, or as the business itself?
No. The current laws, are they moving in your direction?
Yeah, Aline, I don't know about in my direction, because I mean
the
not
direction
a
you would like it to
Well,
see.
I think by far there's changes.
Yeah.
You know, we're not where we were 25 years ago.
Okay.
Change does come at a way and special moments in society when you least expect it. I think as a journalist, I think I've witnessed changes in laws that favor human rights, and to say the least, for me, it's just a reflection of a protracted struggle of groups of people trying to get their day in society. In other words, feel that they're being represented or being heard.
Okay.
Because I think their needs is everybody's needs. I think they're just not the benefactors of these changes. I think we are as a society. And specifically, if we're able to identify or grant people certain rights in this country, that opens a lot of possibilities for us as a society, I think. And that's very general. I think it's very general what I'm saying. But I think theoretically...
Should we take advantage to make as much progress as possible while we have a democratic president? And because we never know what could happen in 2 years, right?
Right. Well, I think every opportunity to push our country in a direction that is morally stable, favorable to just causes, just rights, I think I'm in favor of. But there's many facets to this situation. It's just not one way to do things right, and I think that's why it's good that democracy is so critical here, that everybody has a chance to vote in favor or against. But I think the biggest challenge is something else. But that's the ideal, I guess. I don't want to.
No, but I mean, if we move in 2 years toward more a conservative a government, like a Republican, then it will be harder.
Well, true. I think it definitely poses a challenge, but a just cause will persevere. We have examples in our country's history where, in the darkest moments of its history, we've had things like civil rights movements. We've had United Farm Workers movements, even those with a Republican president.
Oh, really? And it did move forward?
Well, forward is a very broad term. I think by far better. I mean, it was President Reagan, who was a Republican, granted amnesty for the first 12 million or 11 million.
I remember that.
Right.
I do remember that.
It's the irony of it all, right? Here we are talking about conservative thought doesn't help our society, and I don't think it does. But at the same time, agents within society who are working hard to defend and promote civil rights and human rights.
Could happen during those, those terms. Okay.
What happened?
No, I mean, big things could have happened during a Republican presidency. Is that what you're saying? Yes.
It's anything is possible. I favor a more. I'm hesitant to say a Democratic Party, but I think to a certain extent the Democrats have succeeded even with a Republican administration. I think we have a particular case now where we have a Democratic administration, first African American president, and we can't seem to have a congressional or a Democratic Party with a idea of what is just and what is morally correct. I mean,
okay, it's hard to get to them.
So there's
the message is not going through.
Ideologically, I think we're being challenged as a party. I think there's a lot of interest for changes, and the changes sometimes. I guess what I'm having difficulty saying is, I don't understand why or how is it. There is an explanation, but how is it that we have had the first African American president, a Democratic administration, and not have seen more successful changes in favor of human rights.
That's true. We didn't see
international law.
Okay.
I think it's. I think everybody 6 years ago, or 7 years ago, when we were just in the beginning of voting for favor of African American president, we had high hopes, and I think expectations were really up here.
Oh, really?
But reality is down here, and we're still trying to find out what that middle ground is.
Oh, yeah. Because when President Obama was questioned why he didn't do anything about those deportations, he said, "That's not me. It's the Congress." Is that
well,
true?
I think there's a certain. First of all, the issues are very complex. Nothing's easy, and I think it requires a lot of a good understanding of how things work.
Yeah.
And
to pass laws and change laws is very complicated.
It's complicated, and I think the challenge in this country is understanding what it all means. And I think not many people are fully aware what it means and their relationship to that.
So you're born
really abstract.
Are you born and raised here yourself?
No, I was born. I was raised in California.
Okay.
But I was born in Texas.
Okay. So no, but you're born in America.
Yes. Well, careful. I was born in the United States.
Okay.
Because America's the entire continent.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you're born here, so you're an American citizen.
Yes, I'm a U.S. citizen. Yes.
So you never had to struggle with any of that yourself.
Struggle? What do you mean?
I mean, you didn't have to ask for citizenship or any of that. You were born here.
I think, by far, in terms of legal status, yes. I didn't have to deal with that. My struggle was more something different, entirely different.
But you still understand where they're coming from, and why they want their status changed and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they all want to have an opportunity to choose what kind of life they wish to live in this country. Gives them an opportunity to have, there's other things involved in getting things in this country, but I think it gives them a chance or the hope to believe that they have an equal opportunity to having fair education, health care, and I can't think
It's a constant fight then. It's a constant, they always ask for it. It means that they still didn't get everything they wanted, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
I think they...
So to go on another topic, your Univision also cover entertainment, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, what kind of entertainment?
No, you're not losing your viewership with me, I hope. I hope the ratings go up.
Oh yeah, well.
Entertainment is it's part of our our makeup, to entertain. And,
what kind of entertainment is available here?
Well, in Univision, entertainment is got a little Latin flavor to it, and is.
Why you visit like the Brazilian dance clubs, or what is it?
I think there's a certain interest. Everybody has an interest in the Latin community with their movie or their soap opera heroes or heroines.
Oh,
They all wanna know
yeah.
what goes on. I mean, that's just common law.
Oh yeah, soap operas, you can watch it maybe 10 minutes, but after that, you
Right.
it's not for everybody.
No. But they do. You gotta. Well, okay. Yes.
Let's say you want to learn
soap
Spanish,
opera,
it's good to watch soap operas.
It'd be a great place to start.
Yeah.
You would have to put up with a lot of the excessive emotion
set,
and drama,
yes.
but
But
there's
if
a
you want to
certain.
learn the language, you just
That
watch
would be
it.
helpful. I think that would help. I
Yeah.
think you definitely learn a little bit about.
That's the only
culture.
time I watch Spanish TV is to
What?
pick
You don't
up
watch,
this
you don't watch
language
the
more.
you don't watch the beauty pageants?
I like the news though.
The
The news I like.
You seem pretty serious person. You like the serious stuff.
Because
What do you do for entertainment? Should I ask you?
Yeah, I do like dance though. I mean, if I go to a good dance party where I see good dancing, I love that.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
Oh yeah, if it's good dancing, then it's worth it. It's worth
Well,
taping.
I think there's a certain formula that's universal on television that is the here and now, and I think that just doesn't hold just to Spanish TV, though I think the formulas for entertainment are identical that you'll find in any other language, particularly in English. Many times our viewership is living in the United States and are familiar with certain ideas.
The way things should be, yes.
Right, I think, in theory, yes.
But all these soap are not produced here.
No. Most of these soaps are
in Florida,
produced,
maybe?
No, they're produced in Mexico or
I see.
Venezuela or Colombia.
Okay.
They basically buy the goods and import them here.
I see. I didn't know that. I didn't know where they were produced.
In many cases, because the quality is good and the cost of production is much lower than the United States.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
now I understand. Yeah.
Many times they're non-union too.
Because personally, like you, probably like you said, I'd rather watch two good dancers for 10 minutes than a soap opera for 10 minutes. But you don't learn much language in a dance. But it's for entertainment. A good dance could be very entertaining, you know.
Well, I think if you really, I think a good mixture of all these things would be, I would say, a show called Don Francisco. It's on Saturday.
Yeah, you go there?
No, I can't say I don't. No, this is a TV show. It's actually,
called-
this is one exception to what I said earlier.
Yeah.
This is not a soap, but it's a TV program that is produced in Miami.
Oh, got it.
And the host of the show is Don Francisco, and he's very popular. He's become a big sensational hit.
Oh, really?
He's been on his. It's equivalent to some of the major early TV shows here in the United States.
So, since we don't have too much time, tell me, like, in 5 minutes, what do you personally produce?
I produce feature stories primarily. I
Like you pick a story and you go in depth?
Well, I'm looking for a story right now, and two particular stories I'm researching on. One, and with Alzheimer's. I think Alzheimer's is also a serious problem in the Spanish-speaking community.
It is, okay.
Yeah, and I think that Alzheimer doesn't discriminate against anybody, and unfortunately, the cases that I'm seeking in this particular story is featuring how the low-income Spanish-speaking community deals with the cost of managing a family member with the disease. So that's one. Another story is I'm trying to find is someone who has in some way, in some form, been connected with contraband or indentured servitude or sex slaves.
Okay.
And many cases.
That's very hard to get into, no?
For me to get into, I don't think I'd be ever interested. But
no, I mean to find the cases.
Well, that is the big challenge because identity, first of all, is
it has to be hidden.
And it's hard for people to come out and say they either been a victim or are a victim.
Oh yeah,
and
they have to
especially
be with the mask.
many cases, and it's a big challenge because in many cases it's an illegal practice, first of all.
Friday, I interviewed someone who's doing a website Live 2 Times. It's for older people with Alzheimer's and everything, so that they can, their family can share with them old times online. So maybe you should look into that.
I will do that.
Okay.
I will do that.
So anyway, it's good to get to know you a little bit better.
I hope so. So are you gonna publish this and put it on the web?
Yes, I will put it on the web because.
So am I supposed to sign a release now?
If you want.
This is like WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
Well,
you want to sign a release?
No, I think I'll give you the rights to use this interview.
Okay, so it's online now. It's on the videotape.
And I'm doing it only because there's a charming person holding the camera.
Oh, thank you, thank you. So thank you, Roque, is that what you're going to say?
Yes.
And thank you for giving me that interview because I know you didn't have time to come to the studio.
I didn't come for an interview, but however, thank you.
Thank you.
No, it was nice chatting with you.
Okay, say goodbye in French.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Merci.
Merci.
Et à bientôt.
Toutes les.
À bientôt.
À bientôt.
All right.